Hi there, my name is Didi and today we're gonna take a look at the Phenyx Pro PTD-10 drum microphone kit. Alright, so this is what was delivered. Let's open it up. Inside will be a box, and inside this box will be another box, which is the main box of the Phenyx Pro PTD-10 7-piece drum microphone kit. Here it is on the side and here it is on the back. Let's open it up. First thing we can grab inside is the case, and inside the case will be the microphones and the microphone accessories. The case feels sturdy enough and it feels really durable considering the price of this microphone kit, which is very affordable by the way. After opening the case, first thing we'll see is the user manual. Here we have the thumb screws for the drum clamps, then 2 keys for the case. Then we have 4 of these. This is the PDM-34, the microphone for the snare and toms, and 1 PDM-33 for the kick drum, which you can also use for the floor tom. Next are 2 PDM-35s for the overheads, and the PDM-35 mic holders. On the side will be the microphone clamps for the PDM-34. While we're at it, I'm gonna attach the thumb screws right away so that whenever I want to use the drum mics, I don't have to reattach it. While trying out the clamp, it actually fits the PDM-33 as well. So if you want to use the PDM-33 for your floor tom, you can use the clamp with it. Alright, so that was everything inside the Phenyx Pro PTD-10 7-piece drum microphone kit. And the case with everything in it should weigh around 2.7 kilograms.
Today we're going to set up the Phenyx Pro PTD-10 for Santa Josefa's Taphagan Festival. Let's set up the kick mic. So usually what we do with the kick mic is, for convenience sake, we just put it right in the porthole or the hole for the kick hole. So what I usually do is just put this in and just keep this like that so that it won't scratch anything inside, and just put it in facing the beater. So you have to make sure it faces the beater so that it actually captures the clickiness of the kick. For our tom mics, we're gonna use the PDM-34. I start from the bottom, then pull it up. It's really hard because it's a new clip, but that makes it easier if you start from the bottom. And put it in as close as possible, as long as it doesn't touch the head. The reason why we put it as close as possible is to reduce bleed. Same goes for the floor tom. So for the snare mic, we're gonna use the PDM-34 as well, because the PDM-34 is for the both for the snare and toms. So how we would mic it is, I would usually point it away from the other shells or cymbals. There. If you're confused why there are 2 mics, this one is for the front of house. This is their mic, the sound system's mic, sound provider's mic. And this is for our IEM and for our recording. Now for how far, I would prefer it the farthest away so that I can capture the natural tone of the snare and point it towards slightly lower than the center. So around here. So this is the center, so I would usually point it right here. There you go. This is why I like this clip-ons, because you can actually mic it further away from the shell or the head. Now for the overheads, since this is for live use, we don't really care if it's stereo, so we're only gonna use 1 mic for the overhead. For the overhead, we're gonna use the PDM-35. It comes with this attachment or mic holder. I would put the mic holder first. It's easier to turn. Yeah, looks good. Then let's just put in the mic. That looks good. There's no rule to it. Since it's live, we don't really care. But I would point it at the center of the kit so that it actually captures everything instead of just the snare or whatever, which side. So I would point it towards the kick drum, the center, then put high like that. There you go. Now for the last mic, which is still the PDM-35, So for the last PDM35, we're just gonna use this as the room mic. It's not necessarily the room mic since it's gonna point at the audience, but it's gonna capture the entire stage sound. So might as well call it the room mic. Again, this is for the room mic. That would be facing the audience, and I would usually put it anywhere on the stage as long as it's not capturing the stage sound directly. Should be good there. So far that's how we mic things up when we do live gigs or live shows. Let's go and do the sound check and check it out.
Just a quick disclaimer, we weren't able to record the sound check. But honestly, that might be a good thing because what you just saw was the actual start of the performance. And there's no better test than a real live situation. Quick note before we continue, the samples you're about to hear have limiters applied. Raw audio from these mics can be pretty quiet, so I leveled everything to keep it consistent across all the samples. That way the comparison stays fair, since we naturally tend to prefer whatever sounds louder. Whenever you see mixed, it means all instruments are included, and the mix is intentionally drum forward. There are no vocals in the mix, but you might still hear some due to bleed from the other microphones. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so for the tom samples, we're switching to a different take with an actual tom groove, so you can really hear what these mics are doing. Alright, so that was the Phenyx Pro PTD-10 drum microphone kit. For its price, it's easily one of the best value drum microphone kits we've tried so far. If you're playing live and you want to record your performance, but you're on a tight budget, this is definitely worth considering. Alright, so what did you think of the samples? Let us know in the comments. And if you've got questions, we'll do our best to answer them. Thank you for watching.